Hi, this is Ed Pohl on the road again from our Airstream as we travel across the country. Recently, a client of mine asked me the question of when he should be hiring a new associate to join him. He was a sole practitioner and very busy. And that got me to thinking, what are the parameters? What are the factors going into when to hire somebody new? Same concept will apply to when to hire a secretary or when to hire a paralegal. It seems to me that you want to hire somebody when your workload becomes more than you want it to be. Whether you're working 4 hours a day or 16 hours a day, it doesn't really matter. Whenever that breaking point comes where you think that you're working too hard, or you're working so hard that you're afraid you're going to miss a time deadline, a due date, or something of that nature, that's when you want to start thinking about hiring somebody else to come in and help you. I remember years ago when I started my coaching and consulting practice, I started alone, started in my own office actually in my home, the virtual office. And we'll talk about this again in another edition of our vodcasting. However, what I found was I didn't really need anybody to help me. I thought I did, but with the technology that was available at the time, and this is 20 years ago, I've been consulting and coaching now for 20 years, and that's kind of surprising that I've been doing it for this long, and thanks to you, rather successfully. And so it seems to me that you have to take all these factors into consideration. In my case, it was the technology. In your case, it probably will be technology, but it may also be other things. For example, if you're in court and you might take on a case that lasts 2-3 days or 2-3 weeks, or sometimes even longer, you need somebody in your office to hold down the fort, so to speak, to be your base of operations so that people can reach you or at least get to you through somebody else that's working for you. So all these are factors. So the point here is, when is it and how is it that you want to hire somebody new? Well, when you reach that point, very seldom do you go overboard, quickly, suddenly, where you need another full-time person. So my recommendation would be to start, to see how it goes with a part-time person. In today's world, with many lawyers being out of work, unfortunately, and looking to do contract work, you can hire somebody either by contract basis, on a per project basis, or part-time, 2 hours a day, 4 hours a day, 20 hours a week, 10 hours a week, something of that nature, and see how well they do with the work that you assign to them. The only problem with this is that you become a manager now, and you have to manage the flow of the work. But then that's going to be there no matter what you do, so long as you grow your practice to 2, 3, 5, 50 lawyers. It doesn't matter. You're going to have that management function. So you might as well get used to it right now as you grow. If the contract lawyer or part-time lawyer does well, and you still have more work than you personally can handle, then you need to extend the hours of that individual, whether it be a lawyer, a paralegal, or a secretary. And at some point, you want to say, well, wait a minute, this is no longer contract work, this is no longer part-time work, I can afford now to hire full-time. Now, why is it that you'd want to go full-time? It seems to me you want to go full-time as quickly as you can, despite the benefits that you're going to have to pay that you wouldn't otherwise have to pay. For the simple reason that literally, when you hire somebody to work with you full-time, in effect, you're paying them a wholesale price. When you pay somebody a contract rate, $50, $80, whatever it might be, in effect, you're paying retail. It's always better to pay wholesale than it is to pay retail. So the conversion to full-time comes, I think, when you have more work than you can handle, and more work than you can handle even on a part-time basis. Secondly, when the collections from your clients as a consequence of the work being done by the person you've just now hired equals to or exceeds the amount of money that that individual is costing you to engage them. And a third factor or metric for engaging somebody full-time is when you're working so hard that you're focused exclusively on the work that you're doing and you exclude paying attention to the management of the law firm, to the marketing of the law firm to get more business, and to the development of the leadership skills and talents that you need to make your law firm grow. That is when you want to hire somebody full-time. I hope this has been helpful, and again, if you need other questions answered in regard to when it is you hire somebody, feel free to give me a call, 800-837-5880, or send me an email at edpoll, EDPOLL, at lawbiz.com. Thanks for joining us. This is Ed Poll on the road again.